Welcome to day 2 of the upgrade. I'm so happy to see y'all back today. I would love to hear your biggest takeaways from yesterday while I do a bit of a recap. So, we talked a lot about the phases of destiny to get a little bit of a gauge of where we are in this process. And to remind us, the first thing that happens is that we feel. We feel this next destiny available. Whether we know what it is or not, there's something that's calling us. We feel like we're at some sort of threshold, and that is the telltale sign that there is a new destiny available. Step 2 is the toggle. And we're toggling. We're toggling between identities, between versions of ourselves, between timelines. We're toggling between current destiny, new destiny, old operating system, new operating system. And this is where most people feel the most stuck. And especially for the people here, you're likely relatively advanced. You know intuition. You're connected to your body. Eros or the erotic isn't necessarily new to you. Maybe it is, but you've done personal development. So that makes the toggle even more painful because you can feel what's possible. You have all of these tools. You've done so much growth and evolution, and you're like, and I can't figure this out, and I'm stuck. And it's excruciating. And I know this because I work with high achievers. They're like, we know how to do the things. And so that makes the toggle even more painful because you feel what's possible and you're like, I don't fucking know how to do it right now. And so what this tangibly looks like is you get the idea, but it doesn't fully execute. Or one day you're like, clear, I know what I'm doing. And the next day you question it all. There's this wobble, the glitch. The next phase of the new destiny coming into form is they kind of go hand in hand, but it's the void. Here's why that happens. I want to expand upon that a bit. Because when we have multiple destinies available, we're living the old one, we feel the new one. Our life force energy is still fueling the old one. We haven't yet rerouted our energy to fuel the new destiny. And the void happens when we let go of the old destiny. We let go of the old identity. We let go of the old operating system. We let go of our old habits, our old routines, our old connections, our old what we knew to be true. And we let go of the old before the new comes into form. That's the void. And that's why it's such an important phase of the destiny process, because the new can't crystallize until the old goes away energetically. Now, there's nuance here. A new paradigm can be born without an old paradigm ending. Multiple paradigms can exist. And again, multiple destinies can exist. But in this human body, we're only living one of them. So if our energy is fueling the old destiny, we feel the new one, but we're not animating it yet. We're not walking it. We're not living it. And that's the void. We have to let go of the old so that our energy can shift, Our operating system can upgrade. That's this, they could be considered two steps, but they really happen kind of in tandem, this void death process, letting it all go, and upgrading your operating system to then become coherent with the new, to run our life force through the new, to upgrade, to amplify our intuitive senses, our psychic antenna that accesses the quantum field, that accesses the ideas, the aligned action, to be able to then take audacious action in that direction. So after the void, kind of with the void, is this upgrade process, and that's a process. It is a process. You don't shift your entire way of being overnight. We have to have a little bit of patience. We have to give ourselves some grace. And you don't have to understand or know what's happening for it to be happening for you. So there's the toggle, the void process. And as you upgrade your operating system, as you speak differently, you enter a room differently, you hold new standards. Okay, this is going to be a bit more of context, so let me check comments first. I wanted to talk about this yesterday. I'm very excited. Oh, no wonder I'm looking at the wrong chat. Okay. Okay, biggest takeaways from yesterday. You don't have to see the future. You can just let it flow to you. There's no reason now to, there's a reason now. Figure it out. Just how much time I'm actually spending in my head. God, I love that you said that. Different destinies with different operating systems and the toggling. Money doesn't come through clients, it comes through your vessel, and action directs momentum. Yes, that's such a headline. True surrender will lead you to freedom. The new way of creating from manifestation to being created through by God. I've totally been going through that shift, but wasn't able to put words to it. What's on the other side is always worth it. Amazing. Love that you're wearing red today. New energy in. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the toggle. Who here feels like that's kind of where you're in? The toggle, the upgrade, the new operating system, like feeling the destiny, maybe starting to come into it more. I get a feeling that that's kind of where most people are. That's where the collective is right now. So I'm going to speak a little bit more to that. When we're in the toggle, when we're going through this upgrade process, and remember, that's why this void is so important, because even though it feels like you're dying and you're confused and you don't know what's happening, you are upgrading if you let it happen. Sometimes when it looks like nothing is happening is when the most is happening. Because you're feeling your feelings, the energy is moving, you're getting more in your body, you're reorganizing internally. So if you're very tired, if you're sleeping a lot, then you're like, I should be doing, God, I can't be sleeping. I need to figure out what to do next. Where's the plan? I should go get out there. Maybe I'll go to a coffee shop. I might meet somebody, or I don't know, put myself in synchronicity. Like, yes, there is a time and a place for that, but you can't rush your process. You cannot rush divine timing. You cannot rush the phases that you're going through. So if you try to bypass the void, the toggle, the death, the confusion, if you try to rush past that and say, okay, well, I'll just do this next thing, you might keep yourself in there for longer than you need to be. Now, everyone's situation is unique, so don't take my word as gospel, but I see this a lot where it's like, this is so uncomfortable. Let me just get to the next phase. Your ability to land your highest destiny is directly proportionate to the amount of discomfort you can sustain. You can feel. You can be in. Why? It's just energy. It's just sensation. This is the pain pleasure spectrum. If you want a life that blows your mind, that brings you to states of joy and ecstasy and bliss and wealth and love and orgasmicness and freedom, that's high sensation. And on the way, you're gonna have to feel the discomfort of everything in the way of your energy fully flowing that allows you to feel that. So if you limit the amount of discomfort that you allow yourself to experience, you're also limiting the upside. Now, that's not to say that it has to be hard to be worth it. We have to struggle. No. But can you be with sensation? No matter what it is. So I want this to help shift your perspective a little bit for those of us who are in this, because you're doing more than you realize. You're letting more happen than you realize. You are expanding your nervous system to be able to hold more energy and sensation, which means more can come through you. More can be created through you. This is why I say modern day manifestation is not the highest technology available. It's largely from the mind. We need to get into the body. This is a lean back era. This is a let my energy work for me era. This is a clear the internal pathway. God, create through me, blow my mind, show off, show me how good it can get. Can I get an amen? Show me how good it can get. Y'all, this can be fun. We can start to like eroticize the discomfort. What if it's just foreplay for what's on the other side? What if it's the tease? What if it's that tension of like, I want it so bad, but I want it, but it's not. Y'all, you can make the mind work for you rather than it hijack you and pull you in all these different directions. You can make the discomfort mean whatever you want it to mean. Most people are making it mean something bad or wrong, or I'm behind, or I'm not enough, or I'm failing. I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna die under a bridge alone. Like, the stories are real. It doesn't have to mean that. What if it's foreplay? That's how I choose to think about it. It has served me quite well over the years. So can you let yourself be in that expansion? What feels like contraction is also expansion. But you can't exhale if you don't inhale. You can't inhale if you don't exhale. We have to have both. And what's happening, it's like contractions. It's like giving birth. There's contractions, and then they get faster and faster and faster and faster, and then it opens, and then the baby comes through. Our bodies and nervous systems and energy systems are doing the same. So how to align with this next destiny when we're in that toggle, the new is available, we kind of feel it, but like, ugh, I'm in the tension, I'm in the contraction, I'm in the expansion, I'm in the unknown, I'm in the void, I'm dying, but there's something here and it's painful. A part of this upgrade process is upgrading your identity, which is not just in theory. This is not just affirmations. This is who you allow yourself to be. And in order to upgrade your identity, you have to let your old self-image die. Oh, that sounds kind of fierce and ferocious, but it's true. And that's where most people are really uncomfortable because if you don't know who you are, you're like, well, then what's the point? Why am I here? It's like an existential crisis. This is where a lot of people go through like a midlife crisis. Or it's like the collapse after the peak of the mountain. You do this big climb, you get to the peak of the mountain, you're like, well, shit, I made, now what? Who am I? I've spent so long, so many years dedicated to this thing, to raising this family, to creating this business, this mission, this life. Can you really let it go? And that's where the ego really comes in and struggles a bit because as humans who have egos, who are not, our egos aren't bad, they're here to keep us safe and alive. But they direct our actions. They limit this the identity. I see your identity as your identity sets the probability field. If you identify as a poor person, it's gonna be a lot harder to experience true wealth. It sets the probability because your identity is the, we'll say, the archetype that you view your life through. And quantum physics tells us the observer effect. The particle will change, it will behave differently depending on who or what is watching, if it is being observed. So when we shift our identity, we are shifting who is and what is observing, therefore shifting the material, how it behaves, how it responds. So this isn't just affirmations. This is who you allow yourself to be. Do you allow yourself to take up space in a room? Do you allow yourself to, with women, I see this sometimes. Do you allow yourself to feel beautiful? With women, this is a big one. Because your identity is self-criticism. Your identity is comparison. Your identity is so deeply rooted in you perceiving yourself through critique. And then we apply that same perception of critique to our business, to our relationships, to everything. And then you experience more of it. I see some smirks. I feel like that one's landing with some people. So your identity sets the, you can say it sets the probability field because, again, you're shifting the observer. And when the observer changes, the particles change. And so when your identity upgrades, the field reorganizes. When you see yourself in your fullness, other people see it too. When you see and feel yourself in your embodied, intuitive, erotic, embodied power, your sovereign, sacred power, other people see and experience that in you too. It all starts here. So identity truly shifts how the world responds to you because you're shifting the observer that is engaging with it. Boundaries. Part of the upgrade. Yesterday we talked a lot about like the energetics, kind of the technicalities of the energetics that we're upgrading, and that's where I geek out, and that's what I do over several months with people because it takes time. This I'm grounding into tangible language. Your boundaries. Your boundaries are selection mechanisms. Your boundaries set your energetic permeability. What can access your field? What can make its way into your life? What can be experienced in your reality? Boundaries create that form. A love example is easy. In relationships, I was working with somebody recently and we were more deeply connecting her heart and sex, which again, everybody has an upgrade there. Point blank. Everybody has an upgrade there, myself included. And as we were more deeply connecting the erotic channel, which is the connection between heart and sex, which is your creative engine, we were seeing where parts of her energy were leaking, and I was tracing it to who it was leaking to. And so we were tracing her energy, and she was like, oh, this is going to this person, this is going to this community, this is going here. Great. Okay, so you see where this energy is leaking. And as we were pulling it back in and rerouting her energy, we were looking at how tangibly that was coming into form, and it was related to boundaries. And with men, she's dating, and with men, it was the new boundary is that she can only engage with a man who holds her heart, like makes her heart feel safe and loved, and who protects her womb, her sex, her power. That was the new boundary. Well, that was not the old boundary, so she was experiencing men who felt like they were extracting her energy. Like, oh, I really want a heart-based connection. I really want love. But like, there's a lot of chemistry, so I'll be physical with them or I'll be intimate with them, and like maybe the emotional connection will grow. That does not fit the new boundary. That man is not holding your heart. That man is not protecting your power. That man is not honoring your sovereignty. That's where the energy was leaking. It felt extractive. And this was a fine-tuned shift in her system, but it made a huge difference in her life. And she starts messaging me like, oh my God, I met this guy. And this is the dynamic, this is the dynamic, this is the dynamic. Old guy reaches out. And then she glitched. Do I respond? Do I answer? I'm like, what's your boundary? Okay, well, it's he holds and protects my heart, and he honors my power and my sovereignty. Like, it's heart first, sex second. I'm like, okay, is he doing that? No. Okay, then what's your answer? Don't allow it to permeate your field. The boundary does not allow that extractive energy to permeate your field. unavailable. And when you make what you are not available for unavailable, you become available for what you actually want. Boundaries are hard for people. That's where our codependency chimes in and our people pleasing like sneaks in business. When I first started my intuitive business, I would work with anybody who wanted to work with me. Anybody who wanted to pay me and receive my work, I would work with them. I learned very quickly we're not doing that. Because what I saw was I was working with a lot of people who viewed me as the guru or as their hero or as their savior. And they gave their power away to me and said, fix me. That's not self-led. That's not sovereignty. I'm no one's guru. I can absolutely help you change your life. Hands down, without a doubt, own it, claim it, put it on my tombstone. Anybody who holds themselves to the same standards I hold myself to, you are self-led, you take personal responsibility for your life, and you want to walk shoulder to shoulder with me and be led and surrender and step out of your comfort zone, 100% certainty I can help you completely change your life. But I had to learn that through having lower standards where I would give away my gifts and my energy and my brilliance to anybody. And then they would tug on my energy and they would have expectations. And if it didn't work, it was my fault because they weren't taking ownership of their own life. And as soon as I started putting up boundaries around that, then I began attracting people who are soulmates. And who are doing real things in the world, not just talking about it. Because they hold themselves to a higher standard. So as I upgraded my identity, it upgraded the work that I was able to facilitate. It upgraded the types of relationships that I was able to have. Because every boundary that you put up collapses a timeline. I think I can say that another way. Every boundary that you put up collapses a potential future. Every boundary that you uphold determines what else can arrive. What you say no to determines what you say yes to. And a lot of people are walking around wanting to say yes to this, but they're still allowing this. Your boundaries will show you your minimum standard. And you will create from your minimum standards. And a lot of these are unconscious or subconscious. We don't realize it. This is where we're unconsciously leaking energy, where we're unconsciously giving our power away. This is where we can track patterns and say, oh, there, clean that up, bam, then your life changes. Because what we're doing is we're upgrading our operating system so that we can experience life at a higher octave. That's the quantum leap. It's like a bandwidth of frequency that we're operating within. And as we shift our identity, we upgrade our standards, we upgrade what we're available for, we hold boundaries, that gets us into a higher octave. Whereas what you were experiencing before just doesn't even resonate anymore. It can't live up here because it doesn't meet the standards. Is this making sense? This is where you have to really advocate for yourself. And this is where self-worth comes in. This is where it will show itself. Am I worthy of? Can I really have? Does that really exist? Well, you can either stay where you are and keep wondering if it'll ever happen, or you can actually give it a chance to. And again, that's where everything that you were experiencing in this lower octave falls out of your life. Because you're moving up here. And some people will move up here with you. Some dynamics will move up here with you. Maybe some businesses will move up here with you. And a lot won't. And it's that ability to let go and feel the discomfort and feel the pain or the sadness or whatever else it is that most people get stuck in, and that's why they stay in this octave for longer than they want to. Because your life reorganizes around your lowest standard. Your life, the field, all the weaving behind the scenes, those quantum particles doing their thing, they all organize around your lowest held standard. That's your floor. Your lowest held standard is your floor. When you raise the floor, you also raise the ceiling. Or just going up an elevator. So for a lot of people, raising your standards comes with raising your level of self-worth, which I've got to say, I understand both. My spiritual awakening was in college with an eating disorder. I battled my body. I was not in my body. I was looping in my head. I battled the deep, dark recesses of my psyche. I know what it's like to battle your mind, to battle your body, to have a voice in your head telling you to do things that you know are not good for you, but it has control over you. I know what it's like to be on the other side, to be in that darkness. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for going through that. And decades later, I can tell you, I have very high self-worth. Why? Because I know my own divinity. I don't have high self-worth because I'm better than anyone else. I have a healthy self-worth because I know I am an expression and embodiment of the divine. As are you. And when you really know that, when you really feel that, that's where that deep faith comes in. Because you're like, God moves me. The light of the Creator flows through me. Who am I not to live the life of my dreams? Who am I not to have my mind blown with possibility? Who am I not to experience love, impact, mission, wealth, soul level fulfillment? Who am I to not? Not who am I to, who am I to not? Self-worth through the roof, standards through the roof. Because me and God, we've got a good thing going. Me and myself, we got a good thing going. I am at peace. I don't need anything from anyone because I am at peace. You don't fit in my life. I wish you well with love because I am already at peace. That's freedom. That's liberation. And that's that clear vessel for magic to flow through. The other upgrade is your nervous system. We've talked about that. The discomfort, the pain pleasure spectrum, feeling the deep discomfort and the fear and the scarcity and the lack and the what if and the all of that, that contraction, feeling that, letting yourself actually breathe through your body and viscerally feel that discomfort expands your nervous system to experience more sensation, to hold and transmit more energy, and therefore broadens the spectrum of what you're able to experience on the upside as well. And your new destiny is a higher frequency. It's more sensation. It's more energy. So the nervous system has to expand to be able to hold it. Not only hold it, transmit it, and sustain it. We're going longevity here. This whole upgrade that I'm talking about, this is evolutionary. This is not like a little, oh, here's like a little energetic update. This is us evolving as a human species. You can't skip it. There's not going to be a new fad. We're going to continue to evolve. Our technology will continue to upgrade. But this isn't something we can avoid. Your system will likely, I mean, if you're here, if you're in this room, you will likely upgrade at some point as this momentum comes in, as your life path continues to unfold. If you choose to do it intentionally, you collapse time, do it a lot faster with a lot more ease. They're just different routes. They're different timelines. Evolution is happening whether we want it to or not. Technology is evolving at a parabolic rate whether we want it to or not. And we have the ability to upgrade also at a parabolic rate if we choose it. A lot of us are fighting it. We got to choose it. So that is the process, the phases of destiny coming into form. These are some tangible examples of how, as we upgrade this internal operating system, as we upgrade these energetics and how we operate, these are tangibly how it shows up and is practiced in your life. Because we can shift energy all day long, but if that doesn't translate to how you actually show up in your day-to-day, it's not going to stick. You're going to default back to your old operating system. And that's what most people do. And that's why being around other people who are going through this with you is so important, because you hold a coherent field of what you're stepping into. When a group is doing something together, it becomes a lot harder for one person to fall out. Or like, no, come back. And you vibrate up together. It's exponential growth. It's the compound effect. Everyone's growth compounds. And it's just more fun, in my opinion. All right, so let's check comments, and then I think we want to go into the energy work. Amen, amen, amen. Holding space for whatever comes. This is where I feel like I've been 6 months after moving country, after it being my dream for years, and now I'm at, now what? Now who am I? Boundaries definitely have shifted and impacted things. Others don't get it, but they don't have to. No, they don't have to. You're on fire today. Thank you for this. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're feeling it. I mean, from a selfish perspective, I'm like, listen, I've done this alone so that I can decode this process to share it. I don't want to do it alone anymore. Like, I'm here to do it together. Let's walk hand in hand. It's so much more fun. So thank you for being here and receiving it. Okay, everyone, you might want to take 30 seconds. I'll give everyone 30 seconds. What time is it? Dang, we're 45 minutes in. All right, we gotta hop to. Get comfortable. If you need a sip of water, take a sip of water. And ask your body what position it wants to take. Some people like to lay down, but then they sometimes fall asleep. It might be nice to just get comfortable. I want you to be in a relaxed state, but awake. So I'll give you a moment to get comfortable. And for those of you who are new to my work, I call this quantum field work. It is energy work, but specifically working with the quantum field. So everyone is going to have their own experience. I just invite you to, if you need to close a door or turn off notifications, do that now. Get cozy. Okay. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Deepen your breath. And begin to breathe into the center of your heart space. In the center of your chest, at the base of your sternum, right before the ribs begin to split. Breathing into a seed of light here. And you'll begin to weave the infinity sign in your heart space as your center line of energy activates. Moving down through the center of your body from your heart, through your solar plexus, through your sacral, down through the genitals, down into the core of the earth, anchoring you here. And that center line of energy will also anchor up through your body, through your heart, through your throat, through the crown of your head, all the way up into Source, God above. And you will inhale from the bottom to the top, inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Again, breathing up through your center line. Hold. Exhaling down. Hold. Now return to a natural rhythm of breath, seeing how deeply you can feel your breath permeate your body. Allowing all of the density, the debris to be picked up by your breath and blown out. And then you'll bring your awareness to the center point of your mind. And imagine it is radiating a signal like a cell phone tower. We're just going to clarify that signal, clearing out any distortion, any fog, any haziness. Clearing out the mind, clearing the mental field, and closing down any open tabs in your brain. Any thoughts or to-do lists or what happens next, allow those tabs to close, calling those little bits of consciousness back into your body, into the center point of your mind. Taking a deep breath here and allowing your mind to still, like still water. Now you'll begin to breathe between the center point of your mind and your heart. Inhaling up from the heart to the center point of your mind, and exhaling down from the mind to the heart. Allowing your breath to move your energy, your awareness. Clearing the channel between heart and mind so that they are in harmony. And then breathing down from the heart into the genitals. For women, this might be the cervix. For men, it might be the scrotum. Wherever feels right and true for you in your body, breathe now between heart and sex. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And as you breathe between heart and sex, notice that the mind is still. Notice that you are more rooted in your body. And notice a sense of peace. And from this state of peace, we're going to breathe our life force energy up from the genitals through the heart, piercing through the logical mind, through the crown, accessing infinite intelligence, accessing the quantum field. The dark void of the cosmos with golden holographic light that flickers. Accessing quantum consciousness, where all possibilities exist, where everything exists in frequency form. And is available to be made manifest through you. This vast quantum space that is just waiting for your vessel to be aligned, for the frequency to flow through it and come into form. Attuning to the quantum field and to quantum consciousness now. noticing how that feels in your body, perhaps a levity. And now we will call forward the hologram of your current destiny. It might be a shape, a scene, a sensation, perhaps just a knowing. I'm going to call forward the current hologram of your current destiny and ask it to reveal itself to you now. And you can begin walking as if you are walking through this hologram on a golden thread of light on the timeline that this destiny takes you to. Just allow your consciousness to travel down this current destiny timeline. And notice a landmark on the way. Notice the scene you are in or the emotions that you feel. Are there people present? And how does your soul feel here? And ask, is there anything else I need to know about this current destiny now? And when you're ready, you'll begin to walk back along this golden path, through the hologram of this destiny, back into the present moment where you feel your body in the room, you feel your breath in your body, and you are still accessing the quantum field, quantum consciousness, this dark void of the cosmos with flickering light. And now ask the field to reveal to you your next highest destiny. Allowing the hologram of your closest next highest destiny to appear. Perhaps you notice a few holograms and one is super close to you and some others are further away. They are higher destinies at higher levels of consciousness. Choose the one that you feel like you can access now and stand in front of the hologram. And ask, what needs to shift within me for me to walk this timeline of my next highest destiny? And when you're ready, walk through that hologram down a golden thread of light down the timeline of this next highest destiny. Allowing yourself to see, sense, feel, know what is for you here. Notice any people. Notice your environment. Notice how you feel. And notice how your soul feels. And ask, is there anything else I need to know about this next highest destiny right now? And when you're ready, you can begin to walk back down the path, back through the hologram of this next highest destiny, back into the present moment, in your body, feeling your breath in your body. Allowing yourself to remain in quantum consciousness, where all possibilities already exist in frequency form. And where the highest frequency that your body can hold and transmit is the frequency that comes through. The highest destiny that you are calibrated to is what is able to move through you. And so notice the various holograms of various levels of destiny. They might show up like stair steps or different holograms in different places. And then invite the hologram, the level of destiny that your current body and system can create. Call that one in and allow that hologram to move through the crown of your head, opening up your antenna, coming down through the center line of energy into the center point of your mind, allowing the hologram to spin in your mind, spinning out any old thought patterns, beliefs, perspectives that do not align with this next highest destiny. And allowing the hologram of this destiny to continue moving down through your center line, down into the throat, spinning in the throat, opening up your expression, calibrating your voice to this next destiny. And allowing this hologram of your next destiny to continue moving down through the center line of energy, entering your heart, spinning in your heart. Picking up any emotions that need to be felt, processed, alchemized, and moved, so this next destiny can fully move through you. Lovingly locating any walls in the heart that can no longer exist for this new destiny to come through you. And the destiny hologram will continue to move down through your center line of energy into your stomach, the solar plexus, spinning in the center of your personal power, your sovereignty, your self-responsibility, the fire, the ownership. Allowing it to spin here, bringing anything into your awareness or moving any energy that needs to be moved, so that your sovereign power solidifies to the extent that is needed for this next destiny to be created through you. And allowing this destiny hologram to continue moving down into the sacral chakra, moving through the genitals, and allowing this destiny hologram to spin, locating any energy that must be moved, any emotions that must be felt and alchemized, clearing the sexual centers. For women, clearing the womb, the uterus, the ovaries, the eggs, the cervix, the clitoris. For men, moving through the penis, the scrotum, the sperm. Allowing this destiny hologram to engage with your energy as it naturally will. Noticing if there's anything here that must be alchemized in order for this destiny to fully be created through you. And this destiny hologram will now continue to move down through your center line of energy, down through your root, down into your tailbone, spinning in the tailbone, lovingly moving any energy that has been stored here related to survival, fear, picking up any density, allowing that to come into your awareness, to move through your emotional body, allowing this hologram to spin, attuning your root to anchor into this destiny, and allowing the destiny hologram to move down through your center line of energy, all the way down through the earth into the core of the earth, anchoring in the physical plane. Allowing the core frequency of this next highest destiny to run fully through your center line of energy now, and with your breath, breathe up and down. From the hologram now planted in the earth, up through your center line of energy, up through the crown into the quantum field, and down through the body, down into the earth, allowing your system to begin to calibrate. And from this state of awareness, ask, what one shift must I make in my life in order for this destiny to create through me now? And now ask, what is one tangible step I can take now to allow this destiny to create through me? And now you'll breathe up and down your center line and allow that center line of energy to expand through your body, around your body, creating a pillar of light, a pillar of energy, connected to God above and earth below, anchoring you in this pillar of light, this expanded vessel for creation to create through. Allowing your nervous system to reach and expand. Feeling a sense of safety in the expansion. Feeling a sense of safety in moving through whatever comes up for you to be moved through. Anchoring a state of peace, and now take a shape with your hands, maybe a hand posture or placing them on your body somewhere, to anchor this as your new baseline frequency, to anchor this as the next level of your operating system, so that at any moment you can take this position, take this shape, and it will help you return to this baseline, to this next level of your upgrade. Take a slow, long, deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And hold it just beyond the point of comfort, longer than you normally would. Perhaps you'll start to feel a little bit tingly. Let your body hold energy in this expanded, grounded, peaceful state. And when you're ready, exhale with a sound. And begin to deepen your breath and allow your hands to touch your body, to locate yourself here. Outlining your shape, your form, deepening the breath, coming into your physical state. And when you're ready, you can begin to blink the eyes gently open, perhaps holding your face, your head, or your heart. And just start by looking gently at your hands, gazing at your hands, locating your physical body in the room. And gently move your hands until you come back into the physical space, gently taking in your surroundings. And if there's any quick bullet points you want to jot down, go ahead and jot them down. We don't have a ton of time. You can journal after, just if there's a drawing or just any quick bullet points, and then put in the chat, how are you feeling? Or what's one thing that feels significant to share about that experience? This is beautiful. My spirit team showed up. You're amazing. Love this work. Good to remember to hydrate. Feeling amazing. Received so much. Found myself imagining how powerful this would be on the daily. Nailed it. Nailed it. I kept hearing move, take action, go. I know the path, step forward. So, what just happened is a little glimpse into your upgraded operating system. Whatever next layer was most available for you is likely what you just experienced. And the experience of quantum consciousness. And notice how simple it can be. And Kelly nailed it. One time is great, but this is not a one and done. You do this daily. You do this for a month, for 3 months, for 6 months. The transformation is inevitable. It's inevitable. You are accessing a higher level of consciousness. You are accessing peace within your body. You are accessing your intuitive intelligence. You are accessing your erotic intelligence. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do that. And I also like to bring it more through the body in very physical practices, but just note how you experienced this and what could be possible if you integrate this daily and keep adding on the other layers. You take this practice, do it yourself, get back to me. Things will change for you. I want to reiterate, your next destiny is coming. Ready or not. And this is how you position yourself to ride the wave. For some of you, this is what you came for. This is all that's needed. The question is, will you actually do it? For others of you, there's more. There's a higher level destiny, not just the one that you're closest to, not just the one that's coming with this momentum and you're positioned to ride it. If you do this, your position, you're going, ready or not. For some of you, you know there's a really big leap right now. You know there's a higher destiny, not just the one that you're already calibrating to. Because remember yesterday, I said there's multiple destinies available. And they're not right or wrong. Nothing is better than the other. This is not a hierarchy. This is choice. What do you want to experience in this life? Do you want the thing that's most achievable next right now? Or do you want the cherry on top, cream of the crop, God show off and show me how good it can get? It's all available. So take this practice, do this practice. Jot down what comes through and then take audacious action. Whether that action is being in rest or crying your tears or being in the discomfort or saying yes, taking a step, making a leap, taking a jump, having a conversation, doing a thing, whatever that is, you know what that is. Heard a reminder to believe that I will go beyond where I've been, to be where I'm meant to be. Anchoring deep peace, tingly, fiery, grounded power. That feeling of grounded power when the new destiny really landed beyond words. Beautiful. So I want you to, oh, this makes me emotional. I want you to know your power. Didn't expect to cry. I want you to know your power. And I see so many people that are stuck in this place of not even seeing where they're not in their power. And it truly can be this simple. It can be this lovely. It can be this loving. And you don't need anything outside of you. You don't need anything outside of you. So if this is it for you, go forth and prosper and live your best life. I'm sending you all the blessings in the world. And if you are one of the people who feels like, I don't just want this next one, I want the cherry on top, the cream of the crop, and I want to do it together, I want to do it with you because I'm in that right now. So for those of you who are interested in that, I am hosting a 6-month mastermind called The Council. This is 6 months of this type of work amplified to tangibly bring your highest level destiny into form through your intuitive, erotic body. This is not a course. This is not passive listening. This is a mix of teaching, transmission, in the body work together, quantum field work, energetics, and audacious action. Surrounded by elite humans holding high standards, holding you accountable to the biggest quantum leap destiny that is possible right now. So that when you are in the void and you are in your shit and your stuff is coming up and you're toggling, you can be loved in it and remember that that's a part of the process. And you'll be held by a field that can help you toggle out of it. Your psychic senses will amplify. Your erotic channel will deepen and anchor. The field will reorganize. You will experience synchronicities, miracles, and magic. And your next destiny will be tangibly in process of being created. For some of you, you have an idea of what this is. For some of you, you don't. And for some, it's both. For me, it's both. So I'm not only guiding this, I'm experiencing it with you. There's a big project that I'm about to start, and I'm only going to tell the people in the council because until it's launched, it's private. So I'm going to be in this with you. And I also know there's something else that I can't even see yet. So this is so we can walk shoulder to shoulder in a process that I didn't know it at the time, but this quantum creation process created an award-winning jewelry line when I didn't know shit about what I was doing, national press, a successful sales and finance career, speaking on stage in front of 10,000 people, a thriving spiritual business, pages of testimonials of people around the world saying this changed their life, all have been created without a vision of what it was through this process of embodied quantum creation through the intuitive erotic channel. The byproduct is your relationships will upgrade. Your sex life will upgrade. Your relationship with wealth will upgrade because they're all just different frequencies that are moving through your vessel and they're all upgraded in your highest destiny. We start February 17th, which is the Lunar New Year, which is the first day of the year of the fire horse, when the momentum kicks in. I didn't even plan for that. I couldn't make this up if I tried. That just happened to be the date. And I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. So we're going to start on the Lunar New Year, which actually makes it perfect because springtime is when a lot of the toggle starts to stabilize into what's new. So we'll be able to be held through that process of the void and the toggling as we move into the natural rhythm of birth and creation. So this is where tangibly, like, you launch the thing, you make the pitch, you create the thing, you take the leap, this is tangible creation. This is not just in theory or just in energy. We're walking the walk together and we're living our best fucking lives together. And we're doing it from the intuitive erotic channel and magic and miracles. So that's when we start. Here's the process. If you are interested, take out your cell phone, hit record a video, and you're going to email it to me. This is a high proximity space. This is a curated group of people. Pull out your camera while it's alive and tell me, what threshold are you at? what destiny is calling you forward, why this, why now. That's it. I mean, maybe tell me your name, you know, your relationship to your intuitive erotic channel. Tell me where you're at. A few minutes. And I want to see you and I want to feel you. You don't need makeup. You don't need to get dressed. This is the most dressed I've been in like a month. Pull it out, email me a video, and I'm going to read your field. And if this feels like a, oh my God, yes, I would be honored, I'm going to reply to you and give you personalized reflections of what I'm seeing, sensing, feeling about you and your destiny. I will send you the payment link, and then you will book your first session. So everybody gets a one-on-one session, 90-minute deep dive session with me to look at your energy, your operating system, your destiny, personalized field work to spruce you up and kick you off. And we're going to be doing those one-on-one sessions over the next month before we start on February 17th. So we're booking the one-on-one sessions now. That's the process of application. There's 2 investment options. You can pay in full. It is $12,000 for these 6 months, including the one-on-one session, 3 calls a week, a mix of teaching, energy, embodiment, and then we have audacious action weeks. We have a private community where we are in touch all the time. You get to share your wins, share your challenges, ask questions. This is a close proximity space. And then for the pay in full, you also get an additional private session that you can schedule at any time during the 6 months. If you're like, oh my God, I'm right there, like help me, or oh, this is like, come on in, let's book. We're gonna spruce you up, see what's happening, and do those immediate shifts. Now, this also includes monthly in our weekly calls, Q&A. This is not just me talking. You are asking questions. I am reading your field. I am tracking your patterns. This is shifting in real time. So there's not enough time for you to default back into your old operating system. That's what we're getting ahead of here. That's the power of doing it together. So you get intuitive counsel, energetics, coaching, the whole 9, and incredible women. Men are also welcome. I've definitely had men in masterminds before, but I usually speak to women, and then the aligned men just show up if they are. But know that we're going to be moving in our intuitive erotic body. We're going to be embodying our channel. We're going to move in ways that we haven't moved before. We're going to unleash. The second option is a payment plan. It's $2,500 a month. You get all the same things, except you don't get the additional one-on-one session. That's it. If you have questions about this, message me. If you're feeling this, I recommend you shoot a video and send it to me, because then we can have more of an informed conversation about what's going on. Any questions while we are here? Love that name. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that came through loud and clear, real strong. Any questions while we're here, or do we feel complete? We feel complete. Thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how this affected you, and I really encourage you to keep this going, because again, the momentum is here and we are at that audacious edge where we can go to the next level, or like really go beyond our wildest dreams. And I want that for everybody. I want that for all of us. So go forth, prosper. I love you so much. Please message me. I would love to hear from you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.